Good Voch Rabboisai. Nishmas Imiros Sirus Bas Mordechai. Welcome to what's the name of the shul? Lutsk. In Yerushalayim HaKodesh. We're all guests. Not yet. We're going to skip all the emails. We had a very, very late start. And we have the Hebrew shir coming up. So we're going to try to push this along, minus the emails. Yishkoyach to Rabbi Yishai Sunray, who set this up. He did. Yishkoyach, here he is, the guy with the blue shirt. And Yishkoyach to everybody. There's people that came from all over yisroel, a lot of people from Bet Shemesh, different places. So Yishkoyach, thank you. My friends, the Zaxes that I spent Shabbos with here, Yishkoyach for coming. And I see a lot of new faces, old faces. Shalom, shalom. Today's daf, a very, very interesting daf, especially if you look in the art scroll, it worries. We start off the Mishnah saying you have to distance yourself 50 amma, then it says Is it a continuation? Is it a new halacha? Is it less than 50 amma? That's the Gemara. Maishna Reisha. Why does the Reisha say you have to distance at 50 amma? Maishna Seifa. And why does the Seifa not even mention an amount? Omar Abai Seifa son legorin sheni kavua. The Seifa is talking about a non-permanent, not permanent gorin, and the Reisha is permanent. Hey chidami gorin sheni kavua. Rabbi Yosef Oziel kol shein zoyer berachas. So here's a rachas. That's the tool that one would use to winnow. So you take the wheat, you throw it up in the air, and the wind comes and separates the chaff from the grain. If you have to use such a tool, then it's permanent. If it's a small pile, the wind will come by itself and take care of business. You don't need to use the tool. Rav Ashi Omar Matam Kamar. Rav Ashi argues and he says it's actually one pshat in the Mishnah. The end of the Mishnah is not telling us a new case. It's explaining the first case. Why do you have to distance 50 amma? So it shouldn't cause damage. So look at this. This is like the sefer of the Mishnah. The first part we just said 50 amma. And it says just like you distance from the city 50 amma, from your squash, and from the plowed field, 50 amma. So over here it says again 50 amma, not like in our Mishnah that says it says 50 and 50. So that sounds like who? The pshat we just said. That it's all the same amount. The ratio, the seif is the same amount. The Bai says it's two separate cases. There's a gorin kavua and there's a gorin she'ein kavua. One is 50 amma, one is much less. Over here it says both are 50. Bishlam Rashi Nichal Labai Kashya, says the Gemara Kashya. In fact, it's a good Kashya. Now the Gemara says Bishlam Mikshoyav Umidloyav, from the pumpkins, from the squash, the ozel, afka, osi belibe. What's the pshat? Because the chaff is going to go and it's going to destroy the other person's vegetables. Umitzavele. So it's interesting. How does it work? If you look at the lashon here, the ozel afka is like a powder. V'asa belibe. So Rav Shteiman says this is like a remez. Asa afka means something small. You tell somebody something nasty, give him a little shtach, it goes in his heart. Belibe, umitzavale, and it dries him out. It could destroy a person for life. I don't like mentioning names, but this is l'chizuk. I once heard, mamish with my own ears, back in the day, there's a thing, one of these, like similar to this, whatever. I saw once. There's a lady, her name is Oprah Winfrey. You all heard of her. She's worth, $2 billion. So she said that when she was younger, when she was about 6 years old, a white woman came over to her and said, wow, you're a special person. You're a special girl. You're going to grow up to be something really special. And she took it seriously. This lady was trying to give her a nice compliment, and she took it seriously. Her whole life she went, oh, that lady told me I'm going to be special. Dr. Steinman, or maybe I'm adding this. If for the an insult. You could dry somebody out. So mida toiva meruba, certainly when you say something good to somebody, all you need to do is say one little vart, a little thing. You're a special person. You're a good guy. And that could build up a person. You never know where it could go to. I heard of Maisa, my friend told me in Ramat Bet Shemesh, crazy thing. A guy comes over to him, he knows this guy, he comes over to him, he starts telling him, you know, you're terrible, why would you do that? It says in the halacha and this and that, oh. So he looks at him, he says, what happened to you? I don't know you like this. You're not that, what are you attacking me like this? He said, no, I just learned, Rabbi Victor Miller says, you should go over once a day to one person every day and give that person chizuk. So I'm giving you chizuk. He says, no, that's musr. No, you don't have. There's musr and there's chizuk. Rabbi Victor Miller meant that you should encourage the person, not bombard him with musr. Okay, just thought it was interesting. American Shagai, he didn't do Daf Yomi, so he thought chizuk means musr or whatever. He got confused. Zog the Gemara. Why do you have to distance the shaft from your plowed field? The shaft ruins the field. It decomposes in your friend's field, and he planted stuff, and it's going to ruin whatever he planted. Zok the Mishnah. We're on a pace. We don't usually go this fast. We're going. You have to distance smelly things. We have a little bit of a picture. Let me see. Here we go. Does this have sound, by the way? Is it hooked up with sound? What? Oh. Okay. So you can see in the city over here, there's a city to the left, and then you have, I'll show you, like, this stuff is the nevelas, the dead carcasses, the tannery, and a basic forest. So you have to distance the city from, or the stuff from the city 50 amma. Again, you don't want that bad smell coming in. They say, the Sfarim say, I don't know if this is a Purim Torah or not, they said, you know why Haman had a tree that was 50 amma high? Because you have to be marchik the nevela 50 amma. Okay, whatever, it's one of those. A tannery that smells really bad could only do it to the east side of the city. And this is really what puts us into this whole sugya of different winds, different directions, the sun, this kind of stuff. No, you can put these things anywhere you want, besides on the west side. You can't put it on the west side of the city. So the Gemara is going to ask, what's going on here? What could you put? What can't you put? What's 50 amma? Is it talking about the west side? Is it talking about the other sides? Okay. I'm not going to go through this whole video again. Whoever watches this year knows this video. This is one of my favorite videos because the guy is speaking. No sound, huh? No sound. Okay. Not good. But anyways, this is Mishra. He takes the flax, puts it into the water, soaks it, and that's really bad. That water is bad for the vegetables of your neighbor. And the leek if you plant leek, make sure it's 20 amma away from your friend's onions. Here, this is chardol. Not this one, this one. Oh. Anyways, this is mustard. Here come the bees. Now what happens is when a bee eats mustard, this is what happens to him. Rabbi say something like this. You see? It's not good for him. It bothers his mouth. So what does he do? He drinks the honey. Here we have a 3D animation actually of it. Okay. So that's why you have to distance the honey from the bees. If you all remember, Rabbi Yosef is of the opinion. You guys remember Rabbi Yosef's opinion? Let me show you. I'll remind you. Here's Rabbi Yosef's opinion. Ala nizuk laharchik es atzmai. The nizuk is mechuyev to distance himself from the mazik. It would sound the opposite. It's counterintuitive almost. It's the opposite of logic. If I'm damaging, I should distance myself from you. No, Rabbi Yosef holds that you distance yourself from the guy that's damaging. Why? He's doing it in his property. You're in your property. You take care of yourself. In fact, the halacha is like Rabbi Yosef, ala nizak laharchik. So it's not just with the mustard; it's with everything. What did Rabbi Akiva say? Rabbi Akiva said you should not put it on the west side of the city. This tannery and the other stuff. Is he saying that you could put it on any other side? But it's only on the west side that you should distance yourself 50 amma. On the other side, in the east, north, south, you could put it even closer than 50 amma. Or perhaps he was saying that you could put the tannery on every side, but you have to distance 50 amma. But on the west side, klal, you can't do it at all. Tashma, these are the best brises that come to explain the Gemara because there's nothing to argue. It's exactly the question, and it just tells us that extra word. Tashma. Oh, you could put a tannery everywhere. You have to distance yourself 50 amma. But in the west side, you can't do it at all. Because it's constant. What's constant? What does it mean it's constant? If you're going to tell me the west side is constant with the wind, and therefore what? If you're going to put something smelly on the west side, the wind is going to blow, and it's going to come into the city. Rabbi, I have a question for the Olam. If the wind is over there and it's coming towards me, let's say that's east and this is west. Okay? The wind is going from there to here, from east to west. What direction do we call it? What kind of wind is that? An eastern wind or a western wind? What is this?
West.
I'm facing east. I'm facing east. And the wind is coming from the east to the west. It's traveling east to west. What is it called? You're all confused. It's the eastern wind. Western wind. It's called an eastern wind. Even though it's traveling west, it's coming from the east. You look at the source, okay? You have to know this for the sugya. You look at the source. When it goes from the east to the west, even though it's traveling west, it's called the eastern wind. Okay, remember. So let's say, let's do some practice here. Let's say it's traveling from the north to the south. It's a northern wind. Okay, very good. The Olam is holding. Gewaldig. Now everybody, that's why I'll tell you what happened was, I'm a pilot, right? I once landed, as a student, I landed on the wrong runway. It's a big no-no because, a jet could be coming in the runway and all of a sudden you're landing on the wrong one. So they called me from the tower and they said, listen, you got to speak to FAA. They got me in a lot of trouble. But it wasn't my fault because like you guys, I thought, he said land on the northern, on 36 and I landed at Kitzer. I got confused with the directions. I didn't have it's coming from here to there. I was never good with directions, only flying. That's why it took me 5 years to become a pilot. The northern wind, that means it's blowing to the south. In Kulan. So this is the problem over here. Why? What does Rabbi Akiva say? Rabbi Akiva says, maybe he says that this constant wind is from what side? Did Rabbi Akiva say? Maybe he meant from Ma'ariv. Over here it says the constant wind is Tzfainis, it's northern. Shimalekain. I'm going to skip all these stories and all these jokes. We got to keep on moving. Because if there wasn't a northern wind, the world would be destroyed immediately. And the southern wind is worse than everyone, than the other ones. And without the hawk, Shemamida Machreves Ha'olam. I don't know if here in Israel they have hawks so much. In Chicago, there's a lot of hawks. Let me show you a picture of a hawk. There's a hawk. Here's one I took in Miami. That's a hawk with a fish. It's not bad. Okay. Oh, very good. So this is a hawk. This is a netz. We're talking about there's a malach that looks like a hawk. And if not for this hawk, that look, this malach, obviously a hawk can't hold up winds. This malach holds up the wind, shemamida, it blocks the wind, if it wouldn't block this wind, the wind would destroy the world. It's interesting, yeah? HaKadosh Baruch Hu created malachim in the shape of certain animals. Shenemar habinoscha yaver neitz yifrois knofav l'teimon. Interesting, we're talking about in the Yom today, Israel attacked Yemen. On Friday, Yemen attacked Eretz Yisrael, their missile hit Tel Aviv. Big zets for Eretz Yisrael. Mamish, this pasuk, that we need a protection from Taimon. He's going to protect us. Nates is going to protect us from things from Taimon. Elamai Tadira B'Shchina. I'll tell you, the Netziv says here in this parsha, it says in the pasuk, Hein am levadav yishkoin, uvagoyim lo yischashov. So he says, Mordik. Hein am levadav yishkoin means that if you as a nation levadad, if you're going to be by yourself and act as Yidden and not try to assimilate to the goyim, yishkoin, you're going to dwell. Uvagoyim, this is the Netziv. Uvagoyim, but if you try to act like a goy, like back in the day, they tried to assimilate in Germany, what's going to happen? Uvagoyim lo yischashov. Even the goy, if you try to be like the goy won't consider you to anything. Like the terrorists on October 7th, they treated the Yidden lo yischashov, not even like a cockroach. Takes a person's heart out while he's alive. Take a baby out of a mother while she's alive. You're not even considered anything, garnished. Not a shval human being. You're nothing. That's if you try to assimilate to the goyim. But how is it connected to here also? Because we have the winds, and the famous mashal that the winds were fighting with the sun. Who's stronger? So they said, okay, let's see you take off the coat from this guy. So the wind picked up strength, and the guy kept on putting on his coat even more. The sun warmed him up. Simulation, warmed up. The guy warms you up. Hey, come. Oh, once he was warmed up, then he took off his coat. That's the problem. Zog the Gemara. Elamai Tadira, so it can't be that we're talking about the wind that's a constant wind because it's the wrong wind. You're telling me Myra is constant, I'm telling you Tzafat is constant. Elamai Tadira B'Shchina. So if I were to ask you, where's HaKadosh Baruch Hu more concentrated? Because that's what the Sugi Betza means. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is everywhere, right? But where is he more concentrated? So you'll say by the Kaisel, right? By the Beis Mokam HaMikdash. Eretz Yisrael, Yerushalayim, Mokam HaMikdash. That's why, huh? Okay. But where are you supposed to daven? Where are you supposed to face? If you're in America, you're in England, where do you face? We face Eretz Yisrael, we face Yerushalayim. Maybe not. Maybe HaKadosh Baruch Hu is a Ma'ariv. Look what Rabbi Kiva says. So we're going to see there's three shittas actually. Where do you daven? Did anybody know there's three shittas? Rabbi Kiva, the greatest Tana, one of the greatest Tanoim, one of the greatest people in the world, he says the Shekhinah is a Ma'ariv. Elamai Tadira B'Shchina. The reason why you can't put a Beis HaKfar as a tannery in the west is because that's where the Shekhinah is. Our forefathers taught us where to daven to. Okay, what happens? That just once I have this out, why not? When this is the sun, it goes from the east, rises. Here, they're coming down in the west. they're bowing to you when they go down. Where do they go down? Where does the sun go down? In the west. Oh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu's in the west. That's where he's more concentrated. I need a volunteer or two. Who wants to volunteer? You, come over here. Sure, get over here. I'm going to embarrass you maybe. You might come in to begin with, right? Okay, stand over here. Does this guy come into, are you able to lift it up or maybe zoom out a little bit? Okay, just bend down a little bit, fine. Show us, I want to see, how do you do Isa Shalom? You remember? Let's go.
Full thing.
Full thing. Go back. Awesome. Gewaldig. Now, woman, aren't you supposed to go to the right first? Everything's to the right. Why did you just go to the left? Oh, very good. You did a great job. Yishkoyach. So, what did he just do? What is Isa Shalom? Isa Shalom is you're saying goodbye to Hashem. Hashem is in front of you, because Baruch is in front of you. So you bow and you walk backwards. You walk away from him, facing HaKadosh Baruch Hu backwards, and then you bow to the left. Why do you bow to the left? Because it's his right. HaKadosh Baruch Hu's right. So you bow to the left. Shalom ben Broimov. We ask Shalom Aleinu to the right. Okay, did perfect. 3 steps. Some people here in Eretz Yisrael are machmir, 62 steps, large ones, and usually not backwards, but to the side. I don't know why. They have a lot of room behind them. They start going this way. I don't know. You ever seen this? They make a turn and they start. Hashem is over there. They go this way. Don't understand that it was it. Halacha says 3 steps. They do 6, 7. Large one. Halacha says to the toe, to the ankle. No, massive. If somebody has pshat, let me know. What? No. I think if they get used to it, that there's usually not a lot of room behind them, so they got to make a left. But so they make a left even if there's a lot of room behind them. They go this way, that way. I don't know. It's mud and zachin. Anyway, Zok the Gemara. Maskif lo. Mazal Rav Bar Yaakov. The Dilmo Keeve. What was your name? Say your name. What's your name? Nathan what? Potiyomkin. From Belgium. The Potiyomkins know how to do the Isa Shalom. That's different. Should have taken a normal guy from America. There's no way. Belgium. Okay, so Zok the Gemara. Maskiv lo Rav Bar Yaakov. Dilmo Keeve shenoy to prasim rabbi. Maybe the sun, maybe HaKadosh Baruch Hu is over here, not over here. And he's going away from Hashem, bowing down like we do in Isa Shalom. He's going away from Hashem, not facing Hashem. The sun is facing Hashem and going to the back. How do you know that Hashem is on this side? Maybe Hashem is on this side. Zog the Gemara. Kasha. Good kasha. Do you have sound or not? All right, so I'll show you this video. Maybe you will understand the video by yourself. Dailon could sing it together if you want. Hashem is here, Hashem is... No, I'm just kidding. No. Please, stop. I can't. I thought it would be interesting to see him like that. Yeah, okay. Hashem is everywhere, Rabbi says, everywhere. Up, down, everywhere. So, Mela what? If you want, you can dive in any direction you want. And what does it say afterwards? No, Rabbi say, you say this every day. What does it say afterwards? Oh, utzva shomayim l'chom ishtachavim. When you send a messenger to do something, you have to hear back from him. How do you hear back from him? He comes back to you, unless you have a cell phone. But in those they didn't. Hashem is different. From the place that they started, they have to go back to that place. Over there, Kosh Baruch Hu, wherever you go, Hashem knows that you did a shlichus. Shenemar hasishalach berokim v'yilechu send lightning and they'll go, they don't come back. They say over there, we did your shlichus. We learned the other day, I'm thinking now, we learned that Baruch Hu does lightning, maybe it was the thunder. Light also, you could say the same thing. Not one thunder hits the other thunder, not one lightning hits the other. So it's a certain shlichus that Baruch Hu says, go over there, do it. If two thunders would come together, it would destroy the world. But they don't have to come back to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. They don't come back. They go over there and they say, and even Rabbi Shmuel, the Shekhinah is everywhere. So that means I could daven to the left, I could daven to the right. I don't have to face the kaisel. I could daven in any direction I want. The Tana Rabbi Shmuel Menai Shekhinah b'chol makom shenemar yinim hamalach hadover bi yotzi umalach achi yotzi lekrosai. These malachim are coming from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. One is coming from here, one is coming from there. Achar lenemar. The second one didn't follow the first one. Ela lekrosai. He came towards him. How does this malach come from here? This malach come from here, and they're both coming from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That means HaKadosh Baruch Hu is in both places, and they're coming towards each other. Rabbi Sheshes is blind. He tells the Shamish, put me in the direction of anything besides Mizrach. Not because Mizrach doesn't have the Moiru Bamine, the Minim, the Apikarsim, they say only to Mizrach, so don't put me in Mizrach. In other words, I could daven in any direction. Ravo Amar Shechina b'Mairav. And Ravo says, no, the Shechina is only in Mairav, like who? Who says that? Rabbi Akiva. Don't Ravo. My Oirio Avir Yo. Interesting, Sama Shaila, because a lot of you are from New York. When you're in New York, here, I don't know if you can see, this is New York, and this blue is Eretz Yisrael. So that's why when you're in New York, you daven to the east. The problem is, there's a big shaila in Achronim. Problem is that the latitude of New York is higher than the latitude of Eretz Yisrael. The latitude of New York is like 31 latitude, and Eretz Yisrael is 40. New York is higher up. Okay, I'm not going into the whole thing that Eretz Yisrael is the highest country. I'm talking about in terms of latitude. So if you would daven due east, exactly east, you're gonna miss it. You're gonna hit I don't know what. So the Shiloh, you daven in New York, you daven a little bit south, southeast. Others say, but when you fly in a plane, you don't go on a direct line, because you go on a direct line, it's like 9,800 kilometers. You have to climb up. You have to go like this. In order to get to Eretz Yisrael, it's shorter if you go up and down. Okay? Don't ask Shilas. That's how it is. And you save about 800 kilometers if you go like that. If you go straight, it's a longer line than going up. So maybe if I care to get to Eretz Yisrael, you have to go up and down. So maybe you should go north. You hear? Not south. It's okay. Stam, I wanted to confuse the Olam. And they're in, yeah. All right. Zok the Gemara. Let my teaching drip like rain. Says Rashi, beautiful Rashi here. Yarev kamat likhi. Moshe Rabbeinu dimos ha-Torah la'aberucha is Moshe Rabbeinu compared the Torah to the four directions or winds. Kishem shi efshar beloiheim, just like you need the four different winds. Kachi efshar lo oilam beloy Torah. You cannot not have a world without Torah, Zok Rashi. Akaponim says like this. Zui ruach maravis shaba me'arper shalaylam. What time is it? I have no idea. I'll put this over here. Wow. Okay, I don't know what we're going to do. We need a nace. The Israelis should go and eat pizza. They're downstairs. We're good? Okay. So, Zu Ruach Maravis is the western word Shabbat Me'arpai Shalaylam, from the back of the world, because east is the front, so west is the back. Okay, Taisis has the kasha, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is everywhere. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is everywhere, so it has their front and the back, it goes based on the base of English. Okay. Tiza Gadal Rossi, Zu Ruach Tzvainis, the northern wind, Shemazelis is Azov, it. We'll see in a second. Shemazelis, the Gemara later learns that it means it makes it Shemazel over here means it dries, it cheapens the gold. Kisirim alideshe. Kisirim is winds. Zu ruach mizrachish shemas eres is kol ha'olam kisoyer. Soyer is a shade, a demon, a shade. It shakes up the world like a shade. Ucher vivim alei Yosef, like the showers on the grasses. Zurach droimis, the southern wind. Shimalu revivim and gadelas asavim brings up the rain. Zog the Gemara. Tayir belezer oimer. Now we're hitting the fun. Oilam lechsadru doima. The world is like an chsadra. Let's show you an chsadra for a second. Here. This is an chsadra. Oh, I was going to show you this. Why not? When I taught this once in Yuma, but there's no volume. So there's a late in our shir. No wonder his last name is Stefansky. Jonathan Stefansky. He does the Purim Torah. So I called him to the front. So he was reluctant. He didn't come. He gave a joke. Doesn't laugh. But look what he does. I thought it was cool because it was right after the sugya of when you pay attention. Right now, look what he does. He walks backwards because he's making fun. Because we just learned the sugya that you should walk back like your Evans. The idol was on the floor. Okay, anyway. So Zokti Gemara. So first of all, I have to be magdim the sugya. First, I don't understand the word that's I'm just reading it, translating words. There's something in Shas called agadata. And it gives the Chachamim an opportunity to insert Kabbalistic things. People that understand. Every generation, there are people that understand. I don't. So Mela, even if I did, I couldn't teach you. And I was told when they taught it to me not to tell you that I know it. So, no, I don't understand the word. Chachamim, we learned already, the Marshan Gittin says, that the Sefer HaTrufos, the Sefer that Yecheskel had, that Refuos, the Sefer Refuos, that has every medicine in the world and it teaches you how to survive any disease, was Nignaz. Yet Chachamim put it into Shas. It's in Shas. You have to know where to find it. The Marshal says it's there. So when sometimes Abaye says, Omrli aim, my mother told me, or it really means the woman that took care of him because he was a Yosef, take 3 goats, burn them like that, take the hair. That says that's from Sefer Refuos. If you want to know, you know. Those who understand, understand. We're going to have a major problem here with science. We know the world is not flat. We know not everybody knows. I was surprised because I asked on Friday, I saw people don't really know. Some people think that that the sun goes around the earth. No, the earth goes around the sun. It takes 365 days for the earth to go around the sun. Okay. In those days, they had different understanding of how these things work. Some people still thought the world is flat. The Zohar says it's round. But that's the point is like this. Very, very well may be that over here there's very, very big inyanim that we don't understand. There's certain hints, remazim in the Torah. And I'm just saying over from the Maral, from Chaim Luzzatto, and other Achronim. The Gemara inserts it it wraps it up, tells you these things that you could just read. So you and I are going to read it. And it's wrapped up in the science of those days. Not to say that this is the science. The science of what they knew, but it was just to shield this major idea that they have. Okay, so it goes like this. The world, says the Gemara, is doimel achsadra. Just like this achsadra has 3 walls. It has 1 open side. So too the world has 1 open side. What does that mean? I don't know. But on a very simple level, he's saying like this. The northern side is not closed. All the other sides are closed. V'kivin shegia chama eitzel kerem haravis. When the sun gets to the northwest corner, nichfefes, it turns around. The sun goes up, goes into the rakia. What in the world? Let me just tell you the words, and then you can tell me if you agree with it or not. Just take a piece of paper here. Are you able to see this? Okay, fine. Maybe like this. The sun comes up from the east, sets in the west, and goes around. That's how we understand, right? No, that's not how Rabbi Eliezer understood. That's the next sheet, though. Next sheet says this is how it goes. The sun goes in here, minus, plus, minus. There's a few windows. It goes through a window, comes out, whatever the window means. He's saying no. The sun, I just need to make sure to see it. The sun comes up from the east and goes down in the west. Yeah? No. Okay. At this point, the sun goes this way. Above a cover. Up there, there's some cover, a kippah. There's a yarmulke. Okay, like this. And that's why you don't see the sun. Because it's above the thing. And it goes like this and like this. This is the circle. Like that. Okay? Now that doesn't jive with our science today. And that's why I'm saying there's something going on here that we don't understand. I'll show you later that there's things that even the Gemara knew, and the Gemara says it in a different lashon, and it's very simple to understand. This one I don't understand. So now, just another thing, and this is the picture in the art scroll. So if everybody's confused, you should know it's very, very simple. That the sun comes up here. Let's call me east, okay? I'm east. This is west. You guys over there are west. Sun comes like this. That only happens 2 days out of the year. That's exactly comes up in the east and sets in the west. But let's say in the winter, it's a little bit this way. It's southeast. Okay, maybe like this. It comes up, it goes towards the south. You can see in my Mirpez, I have a beautiful sunset every night. So throughout the years, it starts over there and it starts setting in different places throughout the year. It doesn't set due west, exactly in the line of west. It's a little off always. In the summer it's this way, in the winter it's that way. That I'm just explaining why it says over here, Ma'arav is tzvainis, the northwest corner. I thought the sun sets in the west. No, the northwest. And it goes above the atmosphere of the rakia. The world is like a tent. Go understand what a tent means. Those who understand, understand. And the northern side is actually closed, not open like an achsadra, not like this picture over here. It keeps on going. Keeps on going in a circle this way. Okay. What sponsors? Who sponsors? Not tonight. Okay, fine. Sponsored by Life Share, Community, Protecting Families. Oh, I didn't do all the sponsors. Shine. Zuzana Kapara. I hope there's not any important. Let's see if there's any important ones here. Oh, Michael Benchetrit. Fine. Obi Moichami. Next. We ran out of time. Oh, by the way, Yoshi did some very nice art here. I don't want to skip his art. It's very important stuff. Let's take a look for a second. You see, it goes above that black thing. The black thing is like a kippah. Here we go. You guys see it? Gewaldig. Nice. What else? It goes from east to west. But then, later on, you see how it drops? Not bad. Not bad. Ganz fine. And then later on, it goes a little bit more south. Okay, that's even better than what I did. What's this? Hoylech, soivev, this is what we're about to read now. Soivev, hoylech during the day, soivev at night. Okay, let's see. Like Rabbi Yeshua. Hoylech is during the day. El Doraim, south. V'soivev, El Tzafon. Here, take a look at this thing again, and you'll see. Hoylech during the day, and soivev at night. V'soivev El Tzafon. Hoylech Adorim Bayoim, as the Gemara says. V'soivev El Tzafon B'layla. Soivev, Hoylech Haruach. V'asvivoisav, Shav Haruach. Okay, I saw a pshat that was very similar. Remember, you know what? I'll ask you, who says the pshat? I'll tell you the pshat, you'll tell me. We're doing another thing. Is this the Chsam Sofer? Is this the Chofetz Chaim? Is this Chacham Echad or Eli Stefansky? Soivev, Hoylech Haruach. It's very similar to that pshat that you guys didn't guess. You thought it was the Chofetz Chaim. Hoylech al Doraim is the neshama. The neshama comes down to Darim. Darim is torah, as we're going to see later on in the sugya. Darim is torah, tzafin is money. Soivev el tzafin, that a person, because the Gemara is going to say that in the heichal, there's the menorah on this side, and the lechem upon him is this side. Menorah is like torah. Kiner mitzvah torah, the Gemara says. And the lechem upon him is like food, is like parnasa, to eat. So Meila, Darim, you're supposed to come to learn torah. But a person goes towards the money. V'soivev tzafin, he goes towards the money. So what's going to happen to him? Soivev, haloich ruach. He's going to have to come back in a Gilgal. You keep on coming back to this world to fix, until he sits down and learns Torah. Who said it? Oh, Mendel, not bad. No. Time out. Very good. I'm very impressed with you. First of all, Mendel Zaks is a inical of the Chofetz Chaim. He's saying that I said in Shir once, the Chacham Echad is the Chofetz Chaim. When the Chofetz Chaim says Chacham Echad, it's the Chofetz Chaim. But I read it in the Sivus whatever, and he brings Chacham Echad. He's not talking about the Chofetz Chaim. Not every sefer in the world. No. I saw it. I saw it in the sefer. He says Chacham Echad. Fine, but very good. I like the fact that you're paying attention. Gewaldig. Nishmas eliten korach zu ruach marovis v'roichav mayim b'mutzok zu ruach mizrachis. I'm just reading now. V'amar mar ruach droimis. So we have a problem. Rabbi Yehuda said ruach droimis mal revim magadas savim and not mizrach loy kashya. Vodaas and mitra b'nichusa. Did I skip? I think I skipped a little bit. Let me go back. Oh, yeah, I tried to do a shortcut and it didn't work. Who ayomer asal Rabbi Lazar. Rabbi Eliezer is the one that Rabbi Eliezer is the one that said the world is open on one side. Minached Tove Sufa, Zurach Droimis, the southern one. Ume Mizarim Kara Zurach Tzvainis, Minishmas El, from the breath of Hashem Kaviyachol, Yitin Kerach, that's how you get ice. Zurach Maravis. Rachamayim Mutzuk Zurach Mizrachis. Vamama Ruach Droimis, Mal Rivim Gadas Savim. Not the Mizrach, it's the Dorim. Says Gemara like Hashi, Vodaas and Mitra Benichusa. When there's nice, soft rain, that's the southern one, that's great, it grows good stuff. When it comes from the east, it comes hard. Also, we had this before, it dries out the crop, and therefore you have to use gold to purchase the crop. And Mamela, you don't have any gold left, so it makes gold cheap. Okay, that's it. We're done with this hard sugi of the glow. We can put this aside. Don't worry about it. Hukshama is a lashon of geshem. There's no rain that came with the southern wind. Yamin is south. V'roiv, and he's hungry. In other words, it doesn't bring good crop. And we learned Safon, that's the north. V'yamin. If Tzafon is north, what does Yamin mean? Yamin is the opposite of Tzafon. What's the opposite of Tzafon? Darim, south. So Tzafon is north, Yamin must mean south. Ata Barasam. Raf from Bar Papa, Rav Chizdam. From the time that the Beis Hamikdash was destroyed, we don't have the rain that comes out of the good. How do you say Oitzer in English? Storehouse. That's the word I was looking for, the treasure. First of all, I want to say Shalom Aleichem. I met somebody in the Waldorf. I met a few people. They told me they're going to come tonight. I only see one. Shalom Aleichem. What's your name? Daniel Zagi from Los Angeles. Good. We were trying to build up Los Angeles. I met another guy in the Waldorf from Los Angeles that does this year. That's you? You wearing glasses. So you did come. Okay. Gishmak. What's your Moshe Lawrence? Gewaldig. You weren't wearing glasses. See, I'm very, very. It's getting bad, Moshe Lawrence. Okay. Get together. Don't get together with this guy. Don't let him drop out. This is his first time. First time with Daf. First time ever hearing a Daf shir. Zog the Gemara. Bisman yisroel loisim ritzoni shel makom yisroel shrulim ad masam. You hear this? When klal Yisrael does Hashem's will and is in Eretz Yisrael, they make aliyah to Eretz Yisrael. Then geshamim yordim moitzar toiv. Then there's good rain. Bisman she'ein yisroel shrulim ad masam ein. Geshamim yordim moitzar toiv. All right, I think unfortunately, we have to stop here. I don't know how that's going to work out for tomorrow. It's going to be terrible. Okay, Rabbi Yosef, don't forget, I just want to remind Olam that we are starting Cheskes Sabbatim literally in 2-3 days. Remind your friends, and Yishkoya for coming. A good Voch. Thank you for coming.